Woot.
Boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
You heard the man.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 21.
Episode 21.
Are we playing music?
Nope.
What?
Nope. We're going to raw dog it today, Jake. Yeah.
How am I supposed to dance?
I kind of don't believe
Yeah,
that.
you're right.
Oh. That's very 9-inch.
Very
now.
orgy.
Okay.
Okay, Trent Reznor.
This is the way your new life begins. Everything you've known has vanished. I need you to confess all your sins, for you can't repair the damage. I am bleeding out of all your veins. Slowly drag you will hear me come into the light. You will fear me between death and life. You will hear me. I am your poltergeist. Do you want to come with me?
That's some Living Dead Girl for you, Jake Simons.
I was very much enjoying that.
I thought you might like that. So that's Living Dead Girl. They're out on tour right now with Marlene Mendoza. Go check it out. They've 2 or 3 shows into the tour day right now. Go see them.
I'm so happy. I'm starting to get familiar with these unsigned band names.
Right? You'll be obsessed, man. So episode 21, we're here. We're talking Wrong Turn.
Yes, we are talking Wrong Turn.
Wrong Turn.
This is oldie.
It's
Not the
oldie.
new one.
Not going
Not
to
the
say
new
if
one.
it's a goodie yet because we're going to get into that, but it's
the
definitely an
2003.
oldie.
The 2003.
But before we do that, do you want to do some housekeeping real quick on events?
Not really.
No.
Straight to the movie.
I'm pretty fucking exhausted, if you want to be completely honest.
wanna
with you.
go-
Different tone in here today.
Little different vibe this morning, huh?
Well, I feel dumb.
No, I'm just fucking with you, Jake. I know, Jake Simons over here, our event coordinator here. Here, you wear all the hats at events. No, I'm just fucking around. Let's dive in a little bit because it's exciting. We just finalized the contract this year with DWP, so we'll be at the DWP events. So we can. I want to talk about it for a second because we start the year off. We're going to Welcome to Rockville. You got Deftones. You got Avenged Sevenfold. You got Tool. You got Godsmack. You got Slipknot. That's May 18th through the 21st. Daytona International Speedway, Daytona, Florida.
Rockville's a fun one.
Rockville is a fun one, man. It is a great vibe. Now, moving on to the next one here. It's the couple days later here. We go up to Sonic Temple. We're up in Columbus, Ohio. That's the 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th.
Yeah.
You got the Foo Fighters. You got the Deftones. You got Rob Zombie, which I am so excited for. I got to see Rob Zombie 2 years ago at Incarceration. Best live performance I've seen.
Hell of a live show.
Avenged Sevenfold. Be their second show of the year. Queens of Stone Age, plus many more. That's at the historic Crew Stadium, Columbus, Ohio.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
This has been out for a couple of years, so I'm happy that they're bringing Sonic Temple back. I'm really excited for this.
Have we ever done that one as Blackcraft?
We did Sonic Temple, I think, back in 2019 or 2018. It was one of those years, and then the pandemic happened. I think it was out for a couple of years, but yeah, I'm very happy that they brought that back.
Now, the next one, we go to Incarceration. This is my favorite festival DWP does.
It's such a blast.
Why is it your favorite?
It's my favorite because it is at the Shawshank Redemption Prison. That vibe and that experience is so cool. We did the Ghost tour, which I got touched by Ghost. No, like for real. Did you do tour
when
with
you
us?
were
Yeah,
I was
there?
doing the tour. That's what, like,
Did you do the tour with us when I got touched?
Yes, I was there.
It's
when you
at
got
the
touched.
Ohio State Reformatory?
Yeah, Reformatory.
Yeah.
Well, that one to me just seems like it has so much going on there. Like between all the shows, between all the tattooing, between all the ghost tours and stuff. Like, you're busy.
You got the tattoo events, which remember when they made me fucking judge the
For the
tattoo?
mic kept cutting out.
That was terrible. Never again will I judge a fucking tattoo show. But a big thing I love about this one too is it almost feels like it's a hometown show because we're almost back in Pennsylvania,
So close to home.
so close to Pittsburgh, and as we're getting into Wrong Turn here. This backwoods roads definitely reminds me of the movie. Not far off from West Virginia.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
And then look, and now here's the tough part because I just said Incarceration was my favorite.
It's my favorite too.
Louder Than Life is the largest rock festival in the U.S. By the way,
That's a doozy.
that's a fact. Here's why Louder was my favorite ever, because because you're right there by the Kentucky Derby grounds and the hotel we usually stay at's right across the street, and the convenience factor there. And I just love Kentucky. I fucking love Kentucky. The only thing is I quit drinking.
That plays a factor.
And this is a big bourbon town, big bourbon experience. They do a lot of great experience. So if you are a drinker, this is going to be your favorite. You got Foo Fighters, Tool, Avenged Sevenfold, Green Day. Fucking nuts.
Dude, all these lineups are stacked.
I keep looking at these lineups. Like, I feel like we've been going to every fest ever since I feel like 2004, 2003-ish. But somehow there are some really big bands that I've missed. One being Avenged Sevenfold.
Yep.
Another Pantera, obviously. But I kind of just scroll through these and just see who I haven't been able to see, and I just get instantly stoked because there's always a couple big bands where I'm like, oh shit, like I have not seen them yet. And DWP, like they're always on these fests.
I'm gonna make a statement. Well, let's jump back to Incarceration because you do have Limp Bizkit, Pantera, Slipknot, Cold Chamber.
I haven't seen Limp Bizkit either.
Also,
That's
July
crazy.
14th, my birthday.
Oh yeah, it kicks off Incarceration. So,
I'm kicking off my birthday on the first day of Incarceration.
Yeah. So we're jumping ahead here. So Incarceration, July 14th through the 16th. The Ohio State Reformatory, which we will be at. And then you go into Louder Than Life. That's going to be in September. That's the 21st through the 24th. We will be at all those. And then we round out the year with Aftershock.
Yes.
You got the dates for that?
October 5th through the 8th in Sacramento, California. And we have Avenged Sevenfold, Tool, Korn, and Guns N' Roses.
Fuck yeah. I did not get to see Guns N' Roses last year because the weather in Welcome to Rockville. I'm very looking forward to Guns N' Roses this year.
And one more shout out because I'm really excited to say this. So my band Strange Kids with Josh Balls will be performing both Louder Than Life and Aftershock. Exact days we'll be playing Saturday at Louder Than Life, and we'll be playing Friday at Aftershock.
Dude, congrats. How do you feel, man? Let's talk about it for a second.
I am nervous.
Because that's coming up. And you
you
leave, and you're leaving tonight, right? To fly.
So I'm flying out tonight. I'm doing a red eye to Scranton, Pennsylvania to record with Josh Balls.
Cool.
We're doing a whole new lineup of songs that I'm really excited about.
So is the stuff you're working on this week going to be stuff that you might hear during your live set, or is this?
That's why I'm making the trip.
Is it just this one?
This is going to be new material.
Oh wow.
Be okay.
Yeah, you lean them more towards like the heavier rock for these festivals because.
Actually, I don't know. We'll see.
That's what I was
find
wondering.
out.
I'm
sure we're going to start
talking about it.
We're going to be teasing the songs for the next couple of months just to get the music out there. But this is my first time performing live in 10 plus years.
You're gonna do great. You guys are gonna do great,
I feel a little rusty right now, and I'm trying not to psych myself out. But
bro, you got this.
But I am very grateful, and thank you for DWP for believing in me and Josh Balls by putting us on their lineup too as well. So thank you.
That's a good shout. Shout out DWP.
But yeah, as far as all the events for DWP, we got. Let's recount real quick. Welcome to Rockville Festival, Sonic Temple Art and Music Festival, Incarceration Festival, Louder Than Life Festival, and Aftershock Festival.
Correct.
So we hope to see some of you guys at all of those festivals.
And also, this is a good shout here to shout out our sponsor over at Tubes Distribution because throughout the year we will be at all these festivals. We'll be in all these states, so we will be looking for pop-ups around. If you're a smoke shop, if you already carry our brand, we're going to be reaching out. Tubes Distribution, our main distributor for everything accessories, apparel right now. So if you own a smoke shop, contact Tubes Distribution.
I'm going to be driving.
We're going to put the link right here, Raul. Does that work? Can I go right here? Okay, with the thumbs up. All right,
yeah, I'm going to be driving around the country quite a lot this year.
It's going to be a busy year. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to meeting everybody again, hanging out, all the 666 Club members. If you want to join the 666 Club, that's blackcraftcult.com. Just search 666. A lot of cool shit. A lot of fun things to talk about. I kind of want to do a little housekeeping here. So our Delta gummies, thank you every single person who has purchased the gummies. I know so many people are bummed in the States. Dude, we would have sold double amount like that.
Sales are crushing, right?
Sales are fucking insane. They've never had a drop like this ever. In 10 years of Blackcraft's going on 11 years here, we've never had a drop like this ever happen, ever.
Plus the momentum it carried throughout the weekend and everything too.
That was the big thing for me because usually on these drops you get a big fucking boom spike, and then it just kind of like, I don't want to say like slowly fades out. Usually you get the crazy spike. Day two is okay, and then it's just everything falls off the cliff. This has been the most consistent drop we have ever had in the thing of the business. So it just proves that we're fucking here. We're gonna fuck up the smoke industry and we threw a flag in the ground. We're here. It's
already
we're
happening.
fucking it up. Yeah.
I'm on board for this ride.
That's it, man. It's a good one. So also, everyone who ordered from smokeblackcraft.com, as you can see, we got the bongs right here. You crazy fuckers sold out the 9 Lives bongs and some rolling trays and another bong too. But we didn't have that many, but still.
No, but
it
we
went
are.
quick.
If you haven't gotten, like, if you got a notification and it's not in the mail yet, it will be in the mail today or tomorrow. We're just getting another shipment in today.
Yeah, we actually oversold the 9 Lives bongs by accident. But
Oopsie.
everyone's getting a little handwritten litter from me. So
I mean, that 9 Lives bong is pretty freaking dope.
Bro,
I would say it's my favorite.
yeah, it's clearly the people have spoken. So thank you for all the support. That's smokeblackcraft.com. Also use code Reaper. You get 15% off your order. We're going to have that going for a little bit. And if you buy a bong, you get a free shirt right now also. So some really exciting things. Very grateful, very thankful. But fuck, do we have a lot of work still to do.
There's so much going on this
There
year.
is so much going on. And also, shout out, let's all, for us 3 and Raul. All 4 of us.
Roll's got to come on the show eventually.
Like 9,000 downloads on the last Scream episode.
Are you serious?
You saw it on YouTube.
Oh,
you told me.
downloads. I'm sorry. I'm thinking streams, the word streams. Or views. Or I don't. Anyways, thank you very much for the 9,000. When I was thinking
I know, that was
downloads,
my
I was
bad.
thinking of something else. That's awesome. I freaking love that.
That's great. So I say let's get into it a little bit here. You want to go? Let's go to Chili Willy over here. Chili Willy,
What's
how you
up?
feeling today? Checking in with you.
I'm feeling good.
Okay.
I think back to what you were saying with it busy. It's almost overwhelming at first, but
Little
now that we've
overwhelming
got
right
this
now.
stuff live,
Yes.
I feel a lot better. Still a ton of work to do.
I don't,
but
but
we kind
I
of.
like
I know
that.
you
That's
don't.
why- that's why-
I've got to anchor it down.
That's why you
for
gotta
the
anchor me down.
positivity for today.
So before we head into Fright Night here, I want to mix up a little bit here. Why don't we play a little music? What do you think?
I wanna hear some music.
Play a little music.
I want to
and
get
then
amped up.
We'll
I
get
really
into it a little bit. All right.
I really like what Living the Dead Girl that you played earlier.
Yeah,
Really?
that was Living Dead Girl.
really like
If
that.
you're new here and you're just joining us, we just literally hang out. We play some unsigned bands. Well, they're all unsigned artists that we're playing. And we talk weed, we talk Delta products, we talk bongs, we
talk life.
Blackcraft Cult, we talk life. What else do we talk? Oh, yeah, horror movies.
And well, yeah, that too. Fright Night.
That is it. Okay, so here's a band. Have not heard them. How would you pronounce this? Celavi.
CELAVI. Calavi.
Dimify is the song. You want? I say we give it a shot.
Calavi.
Dimify. Dimify. I don't know how you pronounce the band name.
It's weird because I think the band name's cool, but I don't know how to say it.
How would you say it if you had
Celavi.
Celavi?
Yeah.
Salavi.
Celavi? Dimify?
I'm curious what the definition is.
CELAVI.
I like that a lot of rock bands are starting to incorporate more atmospherics in their songs.
Yeah.
I'm a big atmosphere man.
It was literally the only note I made was to ask you about the atmosphere of that song.
Really?
Yeah.
There you go. You guys are on the same wavelength.
Well, you guys are really starting to figuring me out real quick.
I'm interested in this band. I want to know more about where they're from. What's the story? So we will definitely check that out. Let's go. I got another band queued up here.
Play more. I want to hear more.
I want to go a little music route for a second here. We're vibing, right?
I also want to create a playlist for my flight tonight.
We do need a playlist created for this show.
Fright Night playlist.
Fright Night playlist for
Let's do that.
signed. We should do a signed playlist and an unsigned playlist.
I think that's a great idea.
Because in our Discord right now, in the Blackcraft Cult Discord, make sure you join our Blackcraft Cult Discord. There was a lot of people giving me a lot of amazing unsigned band recommendations right now. I want to play a band here called Widow 7. I know we play them here and there. It's a band near and dear to me here. This song's called Fire. Let's let it ride for a little bit.
Fire with fire. I'm fighting fire with fire. I'ma hit you with the one up. Coming in hot with the sun up. Got ice in the veins, you be calling my name, don't forget that I told ya. I'm speaking the truth, I'm fucking the fuse, yeah, I'm a soldier. Burning to the ground, burning to the ground. Coming for the crown, coming for the crown. Don't test me, I'm in the zone. Back up, you can't take my throne. Burn down, you ain't got the smoke. I'm fighting fire with fire. I'm fighting fire with fire. I'ma hit you with the violence. We turned up to riot, riot. I'm looking to bomb. Come on, take. Keep talking that talk. I'm fighting fire with fire.
Hey, is that a new one from them? 'Cause I don't know if I've ever heard them rap.
It's newer.
I'm digging the verses.
Hey, you know
Yeah,
what
but
I know?
change it up,
I know big.
instrumental-wise.
I know big. Fair? Fair.
In what context?
Yeah, we need context here, sir.
Like big choruses.
Yes.
And that's a big fucking chorus.
You know me, I like those verses. I like that switch up.
Why are
That
you
was-
smiling
that
so
was-
big right now, bro? I've never seen someone smile like that in my life.
I don't know what you're implying.
I thought you were going to go on to like the size thing, but yeah,
Yeah.
the verses, I don't.
Is that why you were
verses were my
smiling?
favorite part too?
What do
though,
you
by the
mean
way.
the size
Jake,
thing?
do you like it big? No, I'm talking.
Turn 2003.
No, I'm talking chorus. Do you like big choruses?
I think we had this conversation in the previous episode where I'm not big on hooks.
Really?
I'm more on those unpredictable switch ups and change ups and transitions.
Not a big hook guy, huh?
Not a big hook guy. Normally because I just like the unpredictability of a song.
You know what? I've learned that about you over the fucking 34 years that I've known you. You're not into hooks.
I'm not into hooks. I appreciate.
Hey, which is why he didn't show up for Mayweather boxing today, Will.
Oh, he didn't make it.
He didn't make
He
it.
didn't make it.
That's fucked up.
Did you,
the
did
same
you show
workout
up
in your
today and
garage?
work out with me?
I have to fly a red eye tonight.
I think you probably didn't pack.
I went to the gym. Does that make you happy?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna work out with you in the morning. Yeah, bro.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
If you have to get a percentage,
I was
for
cuddling.
How often
I was
he shows
cuddling
up.
with Toby this morning.
0.2.
I thought
Is
you were
this
gonna
them
say like
too?
20.
Huh?
Is this them too?
I'm not telling you anymore. Next band, I got one more track.
I was liking what I was hearing.
Hey, Nerve. Bad Habits. Hey, Jake, I think you're
what's
gonna
the
like Nerve. Bad Habits. Jake, I think you're gonna love this track. Will, this will be on repeat for you. This is Nerve. Bad Habits.
It's crazy, how did it start with fire? Burning when I met you with desire. It's crazy, how did we get to this? We both fell for something we didn't know exists. Me to you, you to me. I'm loving every whisper, I love the way you tease. And me to you to me. Now I wanna get addicted, but girl, you got me. Closer we get, I'm losing my mind. Catch my breath, leave me behind. I don't wanna stop. Breathing you in, yeah, I don't wanna stop. I feel something so electric, overwhelming, unexpected. I don't wanna stop. Breathing you in, yeah, I don't wanna stop. I feel something so electric, lay me down and leave me breathless. Damn, I didn't realize I was sleeping. Didn't know you're just what I needed, but now I'm just so deep in. Damn, I'm awake, but you got me.
Will,
I
let me-
am curious to know what Jake thinks about that song.
Will. Go ahead, Jake, first.
Oh no, what were you gonna say to Will?
I was gonna paint a picture for you, Will.
All right,
It's
listening.
we worked all day. It's about 9:30 at night. You just take one of the Blackcraft edibles. This song's playing.
I'm gone.
Yeah, you're
That's the last thing I hear all night.
this is All right, Mr. Jake Simons. I'm very curious what you think about this band. This band's very near and dear to my heart. I really love this band. They work their ass off. They've been a big staple on the Twitch show that I was on for a while. Which here we are.
Oh, it's my turn.
It's your turn to
Definitely
talk,
has
baby.
hooks.
I like the atmospheric guitar in it. I like the moodiness of the song. Yeah, it's a solid track. I like the sound production too of it as well. I'm a sucker for good sound engineering. So
What'd you think of his review, Will?
I liked it, but because of Jake, I definitely listen.
what do you want?
Like how
do you want me to be
stuff's
like, yeah,
mixed.
it's great, and then just leave it there? No, I'm going to give you specifics.
Because of the stuff you're looking for,
Yeah.
it makes me start looking for it more too, and I'm starting to notice more things about the songs. So I kind of like that.
Oh,
Sweet.
I'm like a little musical Rubik's
sounds like
cube
one,
yeah.
that you're just slowly figuring out, huh?
I thought we had an all button, but I guess we don't have it.
Hey, can we?
We need to create
can we
the
do
samples.
Tuts music on here?
Yeah,
It'd
absolutely.
be a great one to do.
We-
I don't know about this episode or
Not
whatever
this
you're
episode.
filming.
No,
yeah.
we'll save it for a future episode here. All right. I think it's time. We vibed. We house cleaned.
boy.
We're ready to go into The Wrong Turn, the 2003 movie. This one's interesting to me. So
It's interesting to me too.
we're gonna save our thoughts here to the end.
Before we go into the movie, does anybody vividly remember where they were at in 2003?
Yeah.
High school.
Yeah, laying in a cornfield, fucking probably blacked out drunk with a bonfire fucking going. Yeah.
Oh, I
it
miss
was hell.
Isabella bonfires and cornfields.
Yeah, this
I mean, it
episode.
reminded-
Sheer silence. You
I
hear
could look at-
crickets.
Could look at the house from this movie and be like, I stayed there.
The
Yeah,
orange
yeah.
stream that's polluted going through the roof.
So look, let's get this out of the way here. Wrong Turn, 2003. This is a nostalgic movie for us because I think a lot of people listening to this episode probably can relate to where this movie took place. Now, especially us three, because we grew up on the back roads of Western Pennsylvania.
Yes.
we these were the
borders-
roads we drove. By the way,
borders are
Yeah.
3 minutes from where we live.
So-
Well,
yeah,
Jake
my-
Simons, you lived what 3 minutes from the border?
Like probably about a minute drive from the West Virginia border, and then about 15 minutes from the Ohio border because you had the tri-state area and you had
Right.
that little strip.
Right.
And yeah, we were really close to West Virginia. We're very familiar with that state, so it was kind of funny to see how this movie painted the picture of that state.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, look, let's jump in here. But we drove these back roads.
yeah, we did.
So
There is a lot of relatability going on with the scenes in this movie. Scenic scenes. Just FYI, I don't know about
Well, wherever it
some
was
of the
filmed.
content in,
Yeah.
but in call. But so we're going to Wrong Turn 2003, starring Eliza Dushku. Okay, who remembers Eliza Dushku? I feel like she
I
was
don't.
like, I do.
I didn't recognize one of these actors.
I recognize 3, but I
Really?
couldn't remember anything they were in.
You claim
Other
the
than-
one lady's from Detroit Rock City, but I
That's
don't.
what it said.
I
That's what
don't-
it said in the filmography.
I remember Eliza Dushku from the movie Bring It On. Doesn't remember that cheerleading
yeah,
movie?
that's her?
That was like a massive movie back then.
Yeah.
She was in that movie. So
Gotcha.
She has a little bit of nostalgia for me. But we got Eliza Dushku, Emmanuel Tricky, I think, Lindy Booth, Desmond Harrington, Jeremy Sisto, and Kevin Zegers. Directed by Rob Schmidt. And Bobby, you were happy about this. The movie length was
84
only
minutes.
84 minutes. I can't say that it
I-
felt like 84 minutes.
No, it
but-
didn't. It didn't. Critic score 40%, audience score 54.
So
Pretty
very,
unfair.
Very
Very fair in my eyes.
Very mid. It's very mid.
Yeah.
And then we have a budget of 12.6 million. And the box office taken was 28.7 million, which I don't think that's actually great.
I feel like anytime you get your money like that, that's great.
Yeah, you
I'll
think?
I'll give you
Could
12.
this budget have been lower, like with drones and stuff? Now, like I don't know anything. I'm not gonna pretend to know about like shooting a movie. But
I
just
think
with,
there
like,
were
some
some
of those
set
shots.
pieces in this movie that probably cost some
Yeah.
money, but I think 12.6 million kind of makes sense, actually.
I mean, think if it was made today, it would still be 12.6 million. for
maybe
that.
half.
Probably half of that.
Probably like
was-
six.
Okay.
Probably like
Pe-
6 to
people
7.
have the ability to make what looks like a big movie with a lot less money these days with
Yeah,
how
right.
much technology has advanced. So
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, Jake, if you gave me $12.6 million of your own money and I gave you back 28.7, would you be happy?
I feel like there's more to the picture than that because I was always familiar with the idea that you have to make at least 2 to 3 times the amount of money in order to break even, because you also have expenses with marketing.
Wouldn't that be in the budget though?
I don't know. I actually have to research.
I feel like when I set budgets, we know every That's our marketing money. That's
I feel like that's everything.
Yeah.
Encapsulated.
I feel like
oh, what it
12.6
costs,
million would be everything in.
Actors
Possibly.
pay,
We-
what
I
it costs
can-
a film. Maybe not.
I can do more research on it. I mean, that could be false what I just said, but
It's all good. All right. Well, here, streaming/theater. It's $3.99 on Amazon. It is free on some new streaming platform. Which can we talk about how like there's
the streaming
literally
platforms are getting ridiculous, man.
there's 98 different streaming platforms that just popped up last week. Like, what
Jake
is
always
this?
finds the one where it's streamed for free, though.
Oh yeah, he's really great at that.
Are you being snarky?
Have you found any movie that we've reviewed so far streaming for free?
You know, when I choose a movie, I'm not thinking about whether it's free or not online. So I apologize for not being forward thinking when it comes to choosing these movies. But one streaming platform I did recently download was Screambox, and I'm actually pretty stoked on that platform. So
That's the one you kept telling me everything was for free. Nothing was for free on there.
let's go
Well,
into the
I
Fright Night.
downloaded you yesterday.
Hey, so I do want to talk about footnotes, Jake. I was in the wrong. You were in the right. Last video. If you're watching this right now, please go back. Watch the last video. We reviewed Scream 6, and then the one before that was a Scream requel. So there's 2 videos out right now. And all the comments, I make fun of you, Jake, about these footnotes, but people really enjoyed the footnotes.
Yeah,
so
they really enjoyed it because not everyone recently watches his movies, and
That
they
is
say
fair.
they really like the recap.
That is
So,
fair, buddy. All right, you want to get into it? Let's get into this here.
Yes. If you notice, I've actually made this a lot shorter. It's not like a page and a half.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. All right. So, Death by Spoilers section. If you guys have not seen this movie yet, obviously pause now, go watch the movie, and come meet with us afterwards. So, we start with a couple who are rock climbing in the state of West Virginia, but quickly things go wrong when the boyfriend is killed by an unseen figure and the girl plummets to her death. We are then introduced to Chris, played by Desmond Harrington, on his way to a meeting but is stopped by traffic. He arrives at a nearby gas station and chooses to take a back road. But in a moment of distraction, Chris wrecks into another vehicle, totaling both cars. We are then introduced to Jesse, Carly, Francine, Scott, and Evan, played by Eliza Dushku, Emmanuel Chikri, Lindy Booth, Jeremy Sisto, and Kevin Zegers. In an attempt to find help, Francine and Evan stay behind, but it isn't long until Evan disappears and Francine is killed with barbed wire through her jaw. The rest of the crew discovers a cabin in the woods and soon discover body parts of dead humans as they hear the backwoods folk pull up. In horror, they hide and witness Francine getting hacked up. As they sneak out, one folk wakes and chases them, but they soon discover a field of abandoned vehicles owned by past victims and even discover Evan's dead body. In an attempt to flee, Scott creates a distraction so they can steal their truck, but unfortunately, Scott is killed with 3 arrows to the back. Due to a roadblock, the remaining survivors find a watchtower and call for help, but it isn't long until the inbreds burn down the tower as they jump into the trees. Carly is then killed with an axe through her jaw, leading the rest of her body to fall down. After knocking down one of the killers off the tree, they hide for the night, but as they finally find a road and a police officer, the officer is killed immediately with an arrow through his eye. Jesse is captured and Chris clings to the bottom of their truck back to their house. As Jesse is tied up, a battle ensues between Chris and the remaining killers, but as they get out of the house, Chris shoots a gas canister, causing the house to explode and kill the inbreds. We are then left with a final scene as a police officer discovers police vehicle and is murdered by the remaining inbred who was knocked off the tree earlier, and into the end credits. So let's go into a campfire story. Ignore the theories part. That's for another thing. But let's talk about the plot of this movie. So we're dealing with... I feel like we've seen this plot before.
We've saw it a lot.
A lot.
We live this plot. I mean,
We live this plot.
so for me, I'll jump into this here. So what I liked, we're talking likes, dislikes, the aesthetic factor,
Yeah.
the relatability, right,
Yep.
if you will, creativity. So for me, I love it because it takes me back to where we grew up. You got the back roads. I love that back roads.
Yeah.
I think the relatability it could not be more spot on. Only thing I didn't really care for was the characters, the inbred characters. I thought it was a little too extreme.
Yeah.
I think the relatability when it came to those characters could have been more on a Texas Chainsaw
Yeah.
level feeling as opposed to
Like hills have eyes.
Yeah, when it comes to the villain protocol, these are very they're very stereotyped. They don't even honestly when the quick glimpses we do get of their faces, I mean, it's not scary to me. It's not even like,
No.
I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but no, it's not relatable. I don't think we've lived near West Virginia how many years of our life. I don't think we've ever met one person that even remotely looks like that. So I don't know, but you will.
I mean,
I might have ran across, like, I don't know. You know, you run where we live, you run across some characters for sure. But
That's
you know,
fair.
How
I'm still
easy?
standing
How
up.
easy do you think it is to live off the grid in West Virginia that like people just don't know about?
yeah, of course.
For sure.
You think
so,
it's-
so many mountain men? Are you fucking kidding me?
That just live off the grid and we just don't know about them.
I mean,
Yes.
100%.
for sure.
Dude, West Virginia is actually a massive state.
It is a big state.
Like, not maybe not population wise, but it's all mountains and hills and woods. Like, for sure, there's people off the grid.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
You don't think so?
How many do you think? Are you
No,
saying hundreds,
I agree.
thousands?
Oh, fuck, dude. Thousands of people.
I think as far as what are your thoughts on the creativity of the villains? Do you think
I thought it was very lackluster.
I felt like it was very lackluster too.
Yes.
They don't have personalities whatsoever. Like there's no distinction between the three of these killers.
right.
I kind of felt that way about all the characters.
yes.
Oh, we should probably just go into the protagonist survival.
yeah,
guide
let's go.
then.
Let's cruise.
Let's go straight into the characters. So we're introduced to Chris. Is it me or are all the personalities of the characters just very indecipherable and
Very blah.
they're very blah?
Well, and you kind of get thrown into it too. Like the only one you really know anything about is Chris. That's pretty much that he has the job interview,
And
after
very
that,
little
he's just
amount.
yeah, and then he hits their car, and then it's just game on. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And there's very little dialogue. I feel like that really builds up the characters, or really gives a background to him to why you like really start caring about him.
Yeah.
You know?
The emotional range wasn't there either. I didn't at any given point did I even feel like they were emoting a sense of endangerment. Like it just they weren't really expressive, you know. And then there's like we get immediately introduced to characters that we have no development with, and they're just killed off immediately.
Oh,
So
the cop for sure. Like the
Yeah.
cop, as soon as he steps out, you're like, oh, he's getting an arrow. Oh, he's getting an arrow. And then he gets.
oh
an arrow.
yeah,
Move on to the next scene. Yeah.
there's a predictability to this movie where you're just like. We feel like we've seen these ploys before in previous movies. And yeah, this movie is 20 years old, but I feel like even these scenes were tired at that point from like previous horror films before that. Does that make sense?
I'm just trying to put myself back into 2003. You know, when we saw, like, I don't even really remember watching this movie back
Yeah.
in 2000. What were we in, like 10th grade, 9th, 10th grade?
Ninth or 10th
I would've
grade,
been
yeah.
14, 15, I think.
I mean, the predictability was just so there. I don't know. I don't know. We watched it in 2023, so here we are 20 years later.
I had no. Oh, by the way, did you?
You know what I'm
guys-
trying to say? Like, are we burned out on predictability, or was that a good thing? That might have been okay back in
it's a good-
2003.
It's a good point. Does anybody? I know you saw it, but did you remember any of it outside of that
I don't
still
remember
picture?
shit.
Like from that whole time frame, I'm thinking Jeepers Creepers. I'm thinking Hills Have Eyes.
I
Thinking this
actually
movie, but
liked Jeepers.
I did not remember this movie. I remember kind of being like, even back in the day. And I
Yeah.
thought, like, all I had in my head was I just had this one memory of a still frame of the cabin. That was it. And I was like, if 14 or 15-year-old me wasn't digging it, I'm probably not going to really enjoy it in my 30s. But
Right.
I, again,
I was kind of in the same
Didn't
boat.
know.
And also, while you're watching this, if you can, comment below. Let us know. Like, let us know. Are you feeling Wrong Turn? Do you like Wrong Turn? Yes or no?
We want to know what your thoughts are because I kind of want to start like doing like a nice little like follow up with previous episodes
Yeah.
and see what people thought about the movies that we like just already reviewed. I kind of want to start doing that too.
That's fair. I mean, moving down to what musical score? Where are we at?
This this was a very weirdly quiet movie.
I don't
The
think there was many
audio
sound
level, the
effects
audio
either.
levels in this movie were weird. It was like
The
there was-
scenes where there's like not much going on, there's also
like,
just
quiet.
Yeah, like when they're walking around the cabin and checking out stuff, like there was no progression to intensity or ominous going on whatsoever. It was just a weirdly quiet, musically stagnant movie. Like there was nothing really interesting about it, like whatsoever.
Yeah.
I think sometimes that works, but usually if something's like visually going on.
But
That's
there
the best
has to
thing,
be something. There needs to be a plot moving forward
Yes,
if you're not going to
yes.
have music. But what we get a lot of people just walking around, looking at a creepy thing, and they'll be like, "Oh, this is gross," but there's nothing to give you a feeling of unease during these scenes. Does that make sense?
It completely makes sense. You know what I mean? The score wasn't there. The sounds weren't
just
there.
really wasn't there.
It just was not there.
And actually, can we talk about the camera angles too? There was a couple of scenes.
Talk about where the scenes were blurry. blurry.
Where the camera shots were weirdly blurry.
I might have had a bat gummy at that point.
Was that, or I thought the Wi-Fi?
No,
was going,
because
I don't know.
I did not take a gummy, and I remember
blurry,
thinking,
right?
be like, that's a bad camera shot.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here? But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up real quick. So we did ominous frequency. Let's do the death chart real quick. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because we had
kills.
2 rock climbers die at the beginning.
Oh, that's right.
As far as your favorite kill, let's go with you, Will, first.
I'm doing axe to the. At first, it was going to be the barbed wire to the jaw, just because it was so brutal. But that axe to the jaw, I felt like that was when they had just left the watchtower, and they're all in the trees. And I thought for the movie, that was probably the most suspense that was built. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
when
that
they're
was probably
climbing in the
most stressful
trees,
part of the movie.
That was,
and the way he
I
just
think-
kind of comes out of nowhere and just nails it.
I think it was the only stressful part of the movie. I honestly, that's the only scene I actually remembered when I saw it years ago, was it having one really cool kill scene. And it's still a really cool kill scene, but I can't think of anything else that was cooler than that scene. Like, the kills aren't very diversified. And
Is that what you're going with too?
I was going to go with that too.
That makes sense. For me, it's actually right off the jump. I like the rock climbers climbing up.
Yeah.
I thought that was a cool kill because it kind of set for me.
How she's getting dragged
For me,
up.
that set the tone. It was like, oh shit, that my dude just got murdered, and they're trying to pull me up to kill. I loved all that, so I really loved that. And then you just see the character running through the wood. Well, you don't see the character run through the woods. You just see all the trees moving, and so you could, you could see someone running. I really liked that. I thought that was, for me, I thought just setting the tone for the movie, it was perfect because that's exactly what I was looking for. Backwoods. What, the first time watching, who is this? Like, who is there? Just a random killer in the woods? Like,
Yeah.
I like that a lot. It's impactful, very impactful.
I will agree with you because I do think it starts off strong.
Starts off strong.
It starts off
really
strong. And I don't know if it stayed strong, but it definitely starts off strong. The vibe test. Let's talk about these characters. I think we already have.
It's a tough one for me.
There's not one character that I felt like I gravitated towards whatsoever in this movie.
This movie did a very bad job of having you fall in love or hate.
There is
characters.
no character development.
Yeah, the whole time you're just like, oh, they're there.
Like,
Kind of
I
vibe.
can't. Okay, they're gonna die next.
Chris would be the only one where you kind of know that he's looking for a job. So he's
Wait,
got
how
some
can
type of
you-
ambition. You got
how-
some type of
how can
ambition.
you-
That's it. That's all you know.
But he's such a stoic person throughout the movies. It's like you can't really connect
They
with him
all
at all.
kind of 100%.
Yeah.
But that's where it cuts off, because that whole kind of exposition where it's coming up like before and when he meets everyone, it was really just a traffic jam, and then the movie kind of starts.
Right.
That's exactly what happens. Now, I honestly don't have a favorite.
I don't either.
I really don't. I mean, I think it's kind of hard to dissect these characters too.
No, I
to
don't
be
even
honest.
think. I don't even think we need to try. I just think
Yeah.
it is what it is, and I think the character development on this was not good.
It was blah.
It was blah.
It was blah. Favorite scene. This could be like a favorite visual, a camera shot, location, dialogue, kill.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I liked when he pulled up to the gas station. The very first time he pulled up to the gas station, and the inbred guy was just sitting there and toothless. You know
Chugging
what?
Pepto.
You know why I loved it? Yeah, chugging Pepto. That's a good shout.
Yeah.
I loved it. I love that scene a lot to me because it reminded me of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I was like, oh shit, this is gonna have like a Texas Chainsaw kind of feel to it.
Well, the new one too, they have that almost exact same
Pretty
scene,
much.
Except I
It's
think there's
almost-
more of them, and it's a little like
When they pull up in a van.
they spend longer.
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
but-
I may be looking too far into this, but now that I thought about it, when you brought up Pepto Bismol, I think it means something. I think those inbred people feed him humans. They feed that guy, and he takes Pepto Bismol because it upsets his stomach.
I think you're actually pretty damn right
I
about
feel like
that.
there's a meaning behind that Pepto.
I feel like there's
like, what if he's actually one of the cannibals? And obviously, if you eat people, it fucks up your stomach probably at some point to some degree.
What fucks up your stomach, Jake?
Dairy.
Menchie's.
That's actually fucking fair.
Dairy. But
What about you? What about you guys for favorite scene, worst scene?
you go next. Well, I won't have one yet.
I mean, favorite, like the one thing that sticks out to me is the axe to the head scene. Well, it's okay. It's that whole part, I guess. Like
The whole tree
part,
scene?
the whole tree scene, because that's what, like you said, it's the most suspenseful part of the movie. I feel like that's where it was kind of getting good. It doesn't last long enough because the rest of the movie, just nothing really sticks out to me. But that whole sequence right there
Makes sense.
gets my vote.
Jake?
I think I'm going to go with the car crash because it actually made me jump. when he sees the dead deer carcass on the side of the street, and then all of a sudden, boom! It was a good collision. It was an effective collision. It was a good scene. And then you end up finding out, oh, they were parked on the side of the road because of like barbed wire on their tire. I'll say that's my favorite scene because I have a hard time really like enjoying the scenes with the characters in this movie.
I mean, that's a good scene because I would probably
That's
say
where
I
it
know
starts.
20 people that's happened to.
Oh yeah.
With the amount of like roadkill and stuff.
Oh,
that comes
yeah,
up, I'm
yeah,
trying to
yeah,
miss
yeah.
it.
Maybe that's my maybe that's why it's my favorite scene
relate.
because that's the only relatable thing I can think of is a distraction on the side of the road and leading to an car accident.
That's fair.
Shit, I feel bad because we're already at the ratings.
Don't feel too bad.
It's hard to like dissect this movie because it's just very like to the point. Not much theory behind it.
I mean, it was probably awesome when it came out, like when we were younger. Too, there's been a lot of movies made between this and now, but it just didn't hold up. I don't feel like the hold up factor for me.
Go ahead, you go for it. Will, lights on, lights off. First take. Go ahead. So it wasn't there for you.
Yeah, I'm not saying everything was terrible, but if I'm gonna go back to the early 2000s and think me with all my friends watching movies, something along those lines, I'm doing Hills Have Eyes, I'm doing Jeepers Creepers, I'm doing the early Scream. You know what I mean? Like it's all those.
Okay, so
It's the lights off for me.
all right, Jake Simons.
Oh man, how in the hell are there 6 movies in this franchise?
I tell you what though, you gotta give it its flowers. I mean, that's
That's impressive.
That's love and respect for real. I mean, as we're reviewing these movies, like Jake said to me yesterday, they've done more than we've done with the movie. So,
This
you can't shit on it completely.
I'm not shitting on it. It's just usually there's world building when there's a franchise, and I don't see much world building.
Well, have
with
you
this
seen
plot.
Wrong Turn 2 or 3? I've never seen them.
You guys want to
No,
do
I
it?
have not. Wait, you want to watch them?
I said, do you want to do it?
fucking crickets, boy.
Do you want to do it?
I do not want to do
You
it.
got the crickets on that.
Okay, so my remarks a little validating then.
I'm not saying it's not validating. I'm just saying I don't want to do it.
No, it's fine. For me, I thought this was a very bland movie. It felt more like a thriller. I think the only thing I really enjoyed was probably the location, the relatability to the environment because we know what that's like there. The characters were very blah. Outside of one kill, I didn't really care for the violence in this movie. I guess we'll just call them inbreds. They had no character whatsoever outside of a couple weird shrieks and noises that they make. I think it's blah. I mean, as much as I want to utilize the light, I can't give this a lights on. So no, Wrong Turn is not getting a lights on from me.
Is this the first one where it's been unanimous lights off?
2 right now.
This is the
I think
first.
we've had
I
another
think
one like that.
The Thing was the only other one, and I think Haunt.
Granted, I don't know what you're gonna do.
No, I
but
liked
think
Haunt.
I do.
I did Haunt.
But I think there was. Oh yeah, you're right. You ended. No, I thought
You're going down the wrong path. You don't know. Now we're just assuming. And when we assume,
I can pull up my Excel
happens when
sheet
we
right
assume?
now.
Make an ass out of you and me.
there
Wow.
we go. All right. So for me, this one's pretty simple. Nothing I do is simple, is it, Will?
Yeah, actually, I'm not gonna say nothing.
Like what? Give me a couple of things that I do are simple.
Let me get back to you on the next
Okay.
one. Let me
actually
think
fair.
about that.
Oh, where's the simplicity here?
Well, Jake Simons, this is a tough one for me, and I think you're going to be bummed on my review
I don't.
because here's why.
Why does everybody think I'm so emotionally affected by other?
Because we see
Because
it every
we
time
watch
we watch
movies with you and we hang out with you. It's fucking out of control.
I am so scared to make a comment during that
Stop.
movie because it could change the whole vibe of the room.
You guys continue painting this terrible picture of me. Like
It's
no
true,
one's
though.
going to want to see a horror movie with me. In the
I
future.
know. I highly recommend not seeing a movie with Jake Simons. So for me, dude, the relatability is all there. I love that. I love any time a vibe gets set. Will, Jake, you guys know this about me. I love nostalgia.
I know.
I love film. I love taking it back to where we grew up, and it feels like our roots are there. And the whole time I was watching the movie, I was like, yep, this feels like it's down by Meadowcroft, or, oh, yep, this feels like it's by Jack State Line, or, yep, this feels like Shades of Death, you know? So
all those places.
I love that feeling that it gave me. The tough part for me was if the killers were just kind of like normal people of the town, it would have been a movie that I actually probably fell in love with. Character development, I didn't care for.
I agree with that. I agree with what you just said.
I think the problem with the characters too is it was so like kind of cliche to what everybody thinks, and like it was kind of everything but a banjo.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Like, it was the one cliche thing they didn't
You're 100%
do.
right.
And they referenced Deliverance at one point in the movie too, so they know what their influence is.
They did, but for me, this movie did fall a little short for me. Did fall a little short, but it takes me back to growing up with you guys, and I fucking love that feeling. And you know, when I look at the movie and I think back to where we came from, you know what I mean? It's so meaningful. Did I really sit here and enjoy the movie like all the way through?
No.
So it's a lights off for me.
Damn, you're good. That was really good. You know how to create a cliffhanger, don't you?
Yeah. There it is. All three lights off. I think that might have been the first time ever in history.
This is our first universal lights off.
Jake wanted to lights off the thing, but he was scared what people were going to say. He's like, I'm a real horror movie fan. I have to lights on it.
So you
This is some bullshit, man. You're guys creating this terrible narrative of me.
I wasn't there for that
real
one, but
one.
it kind of
Comment below. Let us know if lights on, lights off. Lights on means it was scary. You enjoyed the movie. You had fun. That's a lights on, lights off.
Do you think if you said you didn't like it, nobody would respect your opinion?
Also, I also want to hear people see if they recommend the sequels as well as the remake, because there was a current remake too as well.
So comment below. Let us know. We appreciate it. There it is. Episode 21 of Fright Night, Wrong Turn.
That one felt the fastest for me.
This was a very brisk one.
This was very, sometimes fast is good. Jake, sometimes a quickie is a good thing. You just get it done.
Raul's smiling. His cameras are charged still.
Hey, we're all happy. Everyone's
no stress.
Everyone's happy. See that? So episode 21, Fright Night,
boy.
Wrong Turn. We appreciate you all. We'll see you on next episode. Now, let's talk about the next episode that we're going to be recording next.
Okay, so we are doing The Outwaters from 2022. Cool. This was recommended by Blunt Dads.
By Blunt Dads, yeah.
By Blunt Dads. This is a found footage film, which... I'm
excited for this one.
We were actually all excited because we do like our found footage. So it's fairly new too. So it was fun to watch a movie that we all haven't seen before. So that's going to be a very interesting episode, and I actually look forward to talking about that.
I'm very looking forward to it.
There's a lot to unwrap with that movie.
There's a lot to unwrap with that movie, and I read a little bit about the movie. But Jake, I'm going to need you when we record that episode to break it down for us a little bit.
I definitely had to do some breaking down myself because
you were breaking down during that movie.
That movie. On contrary to Wrong Turn, there's a lot to say about The Outwaters that I'm looking forward to discussing with you guys. So
that's very fair. Looking forward to it. All right, we are out. Anything else? Anyone else?
Sorry to everyone who loves the Wrong Turn franchise.
I don't think they'll be too mad.
You don't think they'll be too mad?
They might be pissed.
I know some people who are like hardcore.
Honestly, they might be pissed.
They are hardcore Wrong Turn fans.
Name 4 people.
I hate it when you do that.
I mean, if I say I know, so name 4 people.
I just have memories of back when I was a kid.
Name 4 people
being obsessed with this
name
movie.
4.
I'm not going to name 4.
You don't know
I just,
4.
you know
hey.
when you, hey,
he don't know 4.
You know when you have a residual
I can name.
memory, but you don't have a specific memory. You have a memory of a situation.
You know what that's called?
Yes.
It's called bullshit. We're out here. We love y'all.
All right.